at Ethel's instead. Kate sucked in a long, deep breath, filling her lungs with as much of Seabury's fresh sea air as she could hold. She was home. She quickly made herself a promise that, no matter what happened with the Sardine, she'd find a way to stay in Seabury. She'd find a way to start again. Everything would be okay. Somehow. Finally, she strode across the road and let herself into the Sardine, only to be met by an entire table full of people waiting for her. "Hello, you lot," she laughed in surprise. They'd clearly been camping out in the cafe awaiting her return for some time. The table was groaning with empty coffee cups and crumb-covered plates. "So?" said Ethel, bustling over and somehow managing to take her coat, remove the bag from her shoulder and draw out a chair, all in one fluid motion. "So," sighed Kate, sinking down gratefully. "How did it go?" demanded Lionel, staring at her across the table. "Don't keep us all waiting," said Mike. "Was it horrible?" said Charlie, earning himself a swat on top of the head from Ethel as she returned to the table. Kate looked around at them all. She was incredibly grateful that they were here for her, but right now, all she really wanted was a coffee and... "Where's Stanley?" she asked. "On his way," said Lou from her spot behind the counter. "I think he's only just realised you're back," she said with a grin. "You look like you could do with a coffee." Kate nodded gratefully, then looked down with a smile as Stanley's huge head landed heavily in her lap. "Hello, beautiful boy," she said, softly stroking his ears. "Sorry I was gone so long." "He's been as good as gold," said Ethel with a smile. "Sarah popped in before she had to head off to college and took him for a nice long walk along the beach. And Mike took him out again about an hour ago." "Thank you," said Kate, turning to smile at Mike. "It was nothing," he said, smiling back. "Now, please, put us out of our misery." For a split second, Kate wished that she'd arranged to meet Ethel and Stanley up in her flat instead of down here. At least that way there wouldn't have been an entire welcoming committee waiting to interrogate her the minute she got back. She looked around and gave herself a little shake. They were only here because they cared about her so much. "I'm afraid it didn't go to plan," she sighed. "What do you mean?" said Lionel, frowning at her. "Did they not do the job properly?" The last thing she wanted to do was relive the mediation session with Tom. But right now, she couldn't see a way out. "It wasn't the firm's fault," said Kate, shaking her head. "They were brilliant, really professional. Tom just behaved like a toddler. He didn't bring all the financial paperwork he was supposed to. He stomped his foot at every available opportunity and basically acted like a brat. It was a waste of time and money. And now I'm going to have to go up again for another session because we didn't get to the bottom of what we're going to do about this place." "Did you manage to agree on anything?" asked Ethel. Kate nodded, then added a shrug. "Just the stuff that had already been agreed by the solicitors. Tom still wants half of the Sardine, and I completely refuse to back down. I mean, I'm already paying him flipping spousal support because he's such a lazy little..." "You're what?" demanded Lionel. I know. But it's not very much, and it's only for a few years. And it's my fault that we didn't work out. I mean, I did leave him." Lionel shook his head. "But that's not how this works. There's no way that should be going on. I think you need a new solicitor," he growled. Kate nodded. "I might have to at this rate. The thing is, Tom's adamant he's going to take me to court for the Sardine. It's like he's been watching too much daytime TV or something. He was playing some kind of big baddie role the whole time. The poor mediator didn't know what to do with him. It was embarrassing." "But surely the courts won't touch this," said Lou from the kitchen. Kate shrugged again. "They certainly wouldn't without this mediation malarkey. You've got to prove that you've done this bit first. That's why I went up there. I thought we might be able to get ourselves sorted out without taking it that far. But he just kept saying, 'I'll see you in court,' like a bloody pantomime villain." "Does he even realise how much a court case would cost?" asked Mike quietly.